Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to Nighthawk Adventures. I'm here with a new video for you guys. I know I've been away for a long time, but stay tuned. We are actually doing something on our Honda lawn mower. For some maintenance, we're actually going to go ahead and change spark plugs. So if that's what you want to do, this is the video for you. We're going to change the spark plug. I'm going to show you how to do it correctly. Let's go. All right, so the tools that you're gonna need is you're gonna need some type of 3/8 ratchet set. I like this one because it has a little swivel, so it's pretty cool. It has a little swivel, you can get into places, and it has both sides. So the tool you're gonna need is also you're gonna need a spark plug gap measure. I'll show you exactly how to use it. Not sure if that's how you call it, but it just measures the gap of the spark plug. So you're gonna need one of these guys. Okay, so hopefully you can see that. All right, and then you're gonna need what is this, a 13/16 spark plug remover socket. Okay, and then you're going to need, of course, a spark plug, and for mine it's going to be the BPR5ES, and that's for my Honda HRN 216. Okay, now you're going to have to check your owner's manual. As you can see here in the owner's manual, it tells me exactly what that is. Okay, so there it is. It tells me exactly where it is. If you don't have your owner's manual, you can look it online. But this also tells you a lot of information on how to do this job. For the gap, for the spark plug gap, it's between 28 and 31. It's from 0.7 to 0.8 millimeters. Between that range, the gap has to be, okay? So that's very important. And then finally, the last tool you're gonna need is a torque wrench. You can get this from Harbor Freight, AutoZone, Napa, all sorts of places. I got mine at Harbor Freight. I've had it for 2 years. It's worked perfectly. It goes all the way up to 80 foot-pounds, and I'll go ahead and show you guys how to use this tool as well. So you'll learn how to use a torque wrench if you've never used one before. You can follow the instructions and do it like a half turn or whatever, but let's just do it properly, with the proper tools. It's always important. Anyhow, so the way you remove it, the spark plug is right underneath the spark plug boot here. Very easy peasy. You just pull it out, move it out of the way. And then we're gonna go ahead and remove this lefty loosey, right? Righty tighty. That's how you remember that. We're gonna remove this. And you have to remove it when you're doing this either every 2 years or after 150 hours of use. Now, mine, I've used it. I actually did the hours. I've only had this lawnmower for like almost 2 years, but I think it's time to change it because I want this to run as efficient as possible. Let's get this party started. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove that now. Let me put you guys right here, and then I'll go ahead and remove it. So I have my little socket, and remember, guys, lefty loosey. So we're gonna stick that right here. Hopefully you guys can see that. Yep, you guys can see that. So we're gonna stick that in there. We're gonna go ahead and remove. There you go. We're gonna remove it, and it's once it breaks loose, it's very easy to remove. So just lefty loosey, just kind of like move it with your hand. Very easy. Just pull it out, inspect it, see where it's at. So I'm just gonna remove it. And if we look at it, it's not that bad, I don't think. Yeah, see, it's really not that bad at all. But it's been there for a long time. This is the original spark plug that came with my lawnmower, so we're gonna replace it. And of course, you're going to make sure that it's the same part number as here. Here's the spark plug, and there's the number, BPR5ES. So BPR, right? BPR5ES. And then we have another one with the same exact number, which we're gonna replace it with. Focus, camera. There you go. So we're gonna replace it with the same exact one that came out of it. It's made in Japan. And we're gonna go ahead and gap it. So the way you gap it, real quick, make sure you guys can see this. All right, the way you gap it, you're gonna start with the far left here, right? You're gonna start at the lowest number, Hopefully you guys can see this. I'm sorry, the lighting is a little off. But it says that it needs to be from 0.028 to 0.031. So you start here on the left here, all the way at the 20, at the 0.20. You slide it in there, and then you just basically slide it over all the way until you get it where it needs to be. So right now it is exactly between, well, is exactly between the 28 and the 31 inch, okay? But if you did, if yours was over to the 40 or below it, then you would just drag it over like I just did here. But as you can see here, it measures right between. So, but if it didn't, then you would have to tap very lightly on the actual node to bring it down a little bit, you know, like bring it down just a little bit. You tap on it, and then you measure it again. You plug it in here and you measure it again. Very easy, right? Okay, so now we know the gap is correct, right? Now we know the gap is good. So now we're gonna put it back in. So best thing to do, and then we're gonna hand tighten it, and then we'll torque it. And as easy peasy as that. So we're just gonna go ahead and let me put you guys back where you could see what I'm doing. There we go. Let me focus. There we go. So now let's just clean that off a little bit, you know. We're gonna stick it right back in there and get it in there. Some people say, oh, put lube on it, you know, anti-seize, blah, 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 blah. But you don't have to. I mean, you can. I just never have any problems. And as long as you do your maintenance intervals when you're supposed to, you don't have problems. When people have seizing problems is when they overpass the limit when your repair is due. That's when people really have problems, and a lot of people don't realize that. So now that I'm gonna teach you guys, it's basically how to use the torque wrench. So this is basically 14 foot-pounds. According to the manual, if you guys see right here, the manual. All right, focus, there you go. The torque specs are 14 foot-pounds, okay? So we're gonna torque it and put it at 14. We're gonna set this up to 14 foot-pounds. So it's very easy. Hopefully you guys can see this. You just turn it. You're gonna turn it. You see there's numbers there? You're gonna put it at the 0, and the 0 is gonna tell you where you are at all times, okay? The 0 itself is gonna tell you, okay? You have all these numbers here, and you just turn it all the way through. So we want 14, so we're gonna go below, right, the 15. So we're gonna put it at 0. We're gonna find 15, that's 15. And then we're basically going to put it below it, right? Because if that's 15, we wanna go to 14, so you're gonna go all the way back down here, right? And if you scroll all the way down, if you start from the bottom, you notice it starts from 5. So right here is 5, and then this is what, 6, 7, 8, that's 8, 9, and that's 10, right? So that puts it at 5 right now. So you see, it goes from 5, okay, so it goes from 5 all the way. So when we get the 0 at the 10 mark, we know that's 10. And if we want 14, we have to add what? A 4 to 14, right? So you're gonna spin it all the way till you get to the 4. And when you get to the 4, now you're at 14. Because now 10 plus 4 is 14, right? So that's how it works. So then you're gonna take this little knob down here and tighten it. That way it doesn't move. You're at 14 foot-pounds now. And remember, righty-tighty. So we're gonna bring you back over here. And I'm just gonna tighten it up with the torque wrench. We're gonna torque it to 14 foot-pounds. Let me move this out of the way. Actually, yeah, let me do that. That way I don't affect anything. All right, and then you're gonna hear the click. All right, you're gonna actually hear the click. It's not gonna allow us to go any further. See? There you go. You heard it? There you go. Done. Click, click. Once it clicks, you know that you got the proper torque, and you're done, guys. You're basically done. That's it. Easy peasy. That's one of the easiest things you can do. You don't have to pay for this stuff. Very simple. You don't have to pay for it. Very simple, easy to do. And then basically we just put the boot back on, right? So let's just put the boot back on. Just like that. All right, put the boot back on. Snaps into place. Click, click. And we're good to go. That's it. All right, hopefully this video was helpful. Like, comment, subscribe. If you like gaming and if you like car content and some lawn mowing stuff, mechanic stuff, I am your guy. I'm here to help you simplify things. Very easy peasy to do that spark plug change. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Peace.